The all-new Audi A4 Avant is today on Autogefühl, your #1 resource for in-depth car reviews and your #1 community to discuss cars. So today in the Avant, or Estate, or Station Wagon, or Kombi as we say in Germany, this version is of course a little bit different than the sedan. How is it different? We'll tell you today in our review. And of course all other information on the exterior, interior and the driving experience with this all-new Audi. Be sure also to check out other videos we've done about this new car so far. They will all be linked in the video description. But first watch this one, because we're going to give you a lot of exciting facts and of course also a lot of emotion. Let's start. Today we start in the side profile because this is the obvious difference from the sedan to the Estate version of this 4.73 meter long car. So the mid-size segment, very competitive segment and with a lot of good cars in there. For example, the new Mercedes C-Class, also not that old. BMW has updated the 3 Series facelift then. And there's of course also the all-new Audi now and also the Jaguar XE, so very competitive indeed. So difference from the sedan is here, we don't have the falling roofline right here, but with kind of the same design scheme where the frame of the window looks alike. And therefore they try, not to change the design that much from the two versions. And you see the window line is falling here as well. It's not really this kind of angular design, like for example from the Volkswagen Passat. So you do lose a little bit of space here. However, we will also see later on the inside, you can argue that this upper part here in the rear, maybe you don't need that too often. Maybe if you want to transport a washing machine or something like that, but shouldn't happen too often maybe. In general, you see it's a rather conservative design, and from the basic outline, it's not so much different than from the previous version, but it is actually beneath the hood, the new platform MLB Evo, the new second generation of this longitudinal platform, and that is really very important for the weight distribution, for example, and the car has saved up to 120 kilograms of weight at all. So if we take a second look, you see in detail they have changed some sharper lines. For example, this dropping line at the side of the car falls all the way until the rear. Some of the very good observers maybe have seen we got the S-Line exterior package. That also means bigger rims, in this case 18-inch alloys, which is a good mix of great look and still not losing too much comfort because they might be too big. So 18-inch really my pick. Then we got in the S-Line a stronger side bumper. See it right here, it's kind of attached, and so if you not pick the S-Line, this whole part would be left out. And in this case, it looks sportier from the side. And as we are right here at the front of the car, let's talk about the lights. 3 different options. First of all, the new xenon headlights, they have replaced the standard ones, which were halogen before. And then there's an optional LED headlights, and the second option, which you see right now, the matrix LED. This is especially for the high beam. I would not recommend it. It looks quite cool and it's also quite good actually when you're driving at night. At some parts of the high beam can be spared out, not to blind others, but a lot, or I think it's about 3,000 euros extra, so I wouldn't pay so much just for the headlights. And as we have the S-Line exterior package, we also got a stronger bumper here at the lower part. This makes a bigger stance on the road. It's probably the main reason to go for this S-Line exterior package. So what do you think about the design of the all-new Audi A4, especially now the Estate version, and what do you prefer, the sedan or the Estate? Clearly the rear here has changed, especially with those more dynamic taillights here, and I really like how they've designed it. It doesn't scream like, I'm a very practical, handy family estate car. So they really got some nice dynamic design in the rear here. With the S-Line exterior package, we got some additional elements here, meaning this fake kind of diffuser or maybe air outtake style. However, it's fake anyway, and I think, well, this one doesn't also look that high class as everything else with the car. And quite strong tail pipes here that comes with a 252 horsepower petrol engine. And this is a new beautiful slim key. We've seen it in the Audi TT so far. It's very light and fits into your pocket, and also into the interior we see later on. And with this central key here, because the electric tailgate is from serial production with the A4 Avant, we press it and it opens, and check the turning indicator lights, because these one have this cascading effect. So what can we see? First of all, the tailgate is wide open really, and I can almost stand on that with 1.86 meters in height. But if you think, oh, maybe my basement garage or my single garage, that's too high, it would touch the ceiling here. That's no problem, because with the electric closing button, you can do it with the key or with the button above there. You can also set the height of the tailgate. Means, for example, if you wanted to go maximum like this, because you know the ending is here, you just hold it and then listen. That small sound indicates that this one now is a new fixed height, and if you just press it once very shortly, then it closes or opens again, so I can also stop in between. And now if I go like this, see, that's the safe position, not the very far position. However, if I want to change it again, I just push it up manually like this again, hold it here again, and then it's reset to the maximum level. A quite handy solution actually, and also quite easy, and so you can really set it up till your needs. However, this is really high, but the loading sill is very low, only at 36 centimeters above the ground level, and that is also the main difference to the sedan, because in the sedan you have to get like this, hop in, and here a really low loading sill, no problem. Also you don't go in this back, you know, for older people like me, and then you can put everything of your stuff in here. And also this aluminium covering here, this is also from the standard equipment, so with the Avant you get some more standard equipment. Below the cover, and I know some of you really want this, we got a spare tire. However, it's not a full spare tire, you see it's the smaller one, maximum 80 kilometers an hour, but at least you can switch one. More nice details here in the rear compartment. For example, we got the light here in the hatch, and then this is actually most important stuff. With these levers here on both sides, we can flip the seats from the rear. However, it doesn't work instantly, it seems. So you really have to go around and then flip the seats manually. I would have expected a better solution in this case. We've seen it also better with other cars. However, the loading figures actually quite well, 500 liters from standard, and if you have flipped everything, also the other part here, about 1,500 liters, and that's really a lot of space then. However, my favorite feature of the loading compartment is the lid here, because this one, you never have to anything annoying with it, because it's automatically attached here, and if I close the trunk, just watch here carefully, it closes automatically with it. And opens again with it again. Let's look beneath the hood. Here we got the 2-liter TFSI turbo petrol engine with 252 horsepower. That one with the 2 liters of displacement is also available then with just 190 horsepower. This one here in combination with the all-wheel drive. If you pick the 190 horsepower variant, that could easily work just with the front-wheel drive. And 1.4 liter will also be available later on with the Avant, then with 150 horsepower. That's for the petrol engines. And for the diesels, you get a 2-liter TDI and a 3-liter TDI in 2 horsepower variants each. The 3-liter TDI only has this 8-speed automatic gearbox as a converter, standard converter automatic gearbox. The other ones, also this one here, optionally have the new 7-speed dual clutch transmission, the S-Tronic. Works flawlessly. I don't need to take anything more about when driving it, because it just shifts flawlessly. It's almost like you have no shifts at all because it's so smooth. But from a very standard equipment, then 6-speed manual gearbox. Let's get inside. I found it quite neat that the door handles flip up. It's a new feature then. And what is also quite astonishing, when you want to close the door, see, if you just want to do it really slightly, it doesn't work. And I think the reason is because it's so well isolated that you have to push against the you know, all the air that is removed. Actually, you know, the isolation is so good on the inside, going to talk a lot later on that probably you need more power to close the door then. So, and then let's get inside. Basic overview of this interior, S-line interior as well, with the optional real animal skin package. You know, I wouldn't go for that one, but cloth seats are just from standard and you'll be fine with that one. However, the design is actually quite nice here in the S-line interior, and they also offer some shoulder support in this case then. And already at the inside of the doors we can start the festival of high quality and refinement in the interior processing. Gloss here on the inside of the doors, matte brushed aluminum, I really like that style, and the whole form as well rather reminds us of, you know, upper class cars. We already got that one in the mid-size segment. So the basic interior overview, it really feels spacious, and that's also a difference, for example, to the C-Class. In the C-Class you feel rather caged in a little bit. This here is rather wide open and also set on comfort. I had the feeling also when driving it, I'll tell you more later on, that you think even, oh, I maybe don't even need an SUV to feel like, you know, a lot of space around me. That's very good. By the way, the mirror here, one nice detail, we've seen it from Volvos, for example, frameless. That is also looking high class. And also above that, this whole panel here also looks rather like upper class with this, you know, almost mirror function in there. And that's actually no problem because you won't see any fingerprints on there because no one is touching this kind of area for the lights. And then if we move closer down, starting the ignition, that you can see the screen, and also now the time that the screen actually takes to load, because that's also an interesting thing. We got the S-Line interior package here and also the top trim level, so this car is about like double the price of the base price of the Audi A4 Avant. And so you see, it takes some time because there's also a lot of data, especially map data behind that one. So you see, it really takes some time to load them. The screen is fitted newly. Before you could remove it, could slide in like in the A6. I did prefer that actually. However, if you look at it from a fixed screen, it's better attached than in the Mercedes, because in the Mercedes it's not that well integrated as this one here. You see, there's a widescreen design, and then you can zoom in and out, for example, on the map. That works actually quite fast as well. So overall, I was also quite satisfied with the lead direction. By the way, Bismont, special greetings and all our French viewers, because we're near Marseille aujourd'hui today. And let's continue then, because I can show you something from the system, how that really looks. We go to the menu and you see a lot of fast reaction times here as well. I could connect my iPhone via Bluetooth very fastly. That was actually no problem. And then you can also switch the vehicle options in here. This one, for example, is a drive select. And as we have the adaptive dampers, we can also set it to dynamic. Then we have a little bit sportier approach. That one is one option. New is also this climate function here, because this one here is a special 3-zone, the top air conditioning. And then in this top trim level with 3, then you see you have these buttons where the functions actually pop up when you just move your finger on the buttons. Then you see what is actually changing. And then if you press up or down, you can actually change, for example, where the vents are coming from, AC on or off, or also the strength of the vents. Quite nice solution. Not sure if that's the most practical one, but it's, you know, very fancy, definitely. Here in this case, for the temperature control, this one here is good looking and well to control at the same time, definitely. You see it visually, red hotter, blue colder, and just listen to the Audi sound laboratory, which really exists. That is really refinement in detail. And this is also one of the reasons you pay 5,000 euros more for Audi A4 than for Volkswagen Passat. Steering wheel, perfect size, perfect grip with the X-Line interior package. There is also one available with a flattened end. You know, I prefer those, but even with this one here, you already got a great fun steering experience. Then you can also put the GPS screen here and change the view whole GPS on this 12.3-inch screen. Again, as I said, optionally, you can also go with a normal analog cockpit. And well, I will probably do that because this one here is quite expensive. 2,000–3,000 euros about that one. You really have to pay for this whole virtual stuff. And then you can also go to your music and also back to the data again, or phone functions. You can actually control everything in here. And then there's also big discussion always about the GPS. Is it really good that you can see it exactly there in the view, or does it really distract you? And you know, there's also, furthermore, there's also satellite data available that you can see Google Map view in there. And there's even more the question, is that really good? By the way, here it is again, where we are, near Marseille. Middle console, of course, it's the same in the sedan. You've got two cup holders, then shortcut buttons. You can just do them in a really customized way. Then there's the basic control panel if you do not want to use them on the steering wheel, and I tend to use it here. Go to the menu, go back again, or also change this one again, and really enjoy this high-class clicking sound. Press to go, or you can also, for example, if you spell an address, you can also say like A here or something like that, and then you see that the address says A. We do have the optional S-Tronic in here, dual clutch transmission with a huge automatic shifting gear, but very well designed, and you can also rest your hand on it and D, reverse, that's it kinda. And I usually leave the key inside my pocket with keyless entry cars, but here in this case, because it fits so well in this hole and kind of dissolves in it, I think I would always put it out of my pocket just to put it in here. Storage spaces here at the inside of the doors, fits for a bottle of water, for example. Then you can see the Bang & Olufsen sound system, 19 speakers with this optionally top equipment. They are worth it if you love music. Such a clear sound, really amazing to have that one in a mid-size segment car. Then the glove box, that's the way to go. You see how smoothly it slides down. I really like that, and it's actually quite spacious. The middle armrest, first of all, is adjustable, and then if you put it up, there's space for your smartphone with illuminated USB slots. Very nice. I got the charging process here right now for the iPhone, but it's actually also, when you put it exactly right here, when you have a special cover for the Apple devices or other mobile phones do not need special covers, then there's also this inductive charging possible here. So, but still, as I pointed out, really some wow effects here in this interior, and more refinement than we've recently shown in other 200,000 euro cars. Let's get in the rear compartment, and that is especially exciting here in the event because it's different than from the sedan. First of all, well, knee space is kind of the same because the cars have the same length, and I really have a lot of knee space like this in front of my knees, even if there are tall drivers in the front. My height is, as I said, 1.86 meters, and that's really different. I still got this kind of space above my head, and that is different from the sedan because in the sedan we get the folding roofline that starts right here, and then I would have problem like move my head down. Here it's no problem. So if you quite often drive with tall people here in the rear, then it really makes sense to go for the Avant version. And if you have the optional 3-zone air conditioning, then you can also adjust the temperature right here for the rear passengers. However, well, not the most necessary feature. And again, checkered cover here for the 12-volt power supply, even here in the rear. We usually have 4 different setups for the suspension with the new Audi A4. The standard suspension, this is available as a normal one and also as a stiff sporty one. And then there's the adaptive suspension, and that one is also available in 2 types, sporty and comfortable. With the sedan, also check out that video, it's linked in the description below. We picked the adaptive suspension in the comfort setup. Now today we have the adaptive suspension in the sports setup. Does it make a huge difference? I'm not so sure about that actually. But that's the reason, not that it's kind of not sporty, but that it's still so comfortable. So it's not like you feel, oh, the one is very comfortable and the one is super hard, sporty, stiff. It's still extremely comfortable, and one of the main positive features of this car that you got a very smooth ride. So also if you compare the other competitors in this mid-size car segment, this is definitely the best suspension of all. Second feature, which also differentiates it to the competitors, of course we are all like on a very high level here in the premium mid-size segment, all of these cars. But the sound insulation here is really superb. I mean, you really feel the difference when you open the window. You know, the windows already slide down very smoothly, it gives you a high quality feeling. Then when you close it again, it's kind of nothing. I feel like I should rather whisper here in the cars talking to you, because you don't hear anything from the outside. And we've experienced the same with the Audi Q7, and then you say, oh well, what does it have to do with the Q7? Yes, as we might remember, they share the same platform, the MLB Evo, so the second generation of this MLB platform, and that is also a difference then to the Volkswagen Passat then. So from the factual side of driving, sound insulation, riding comfort, steering wheel input, all of the controls also while you drive, for example, looking at the GPS screen, controlling it, zooming in or out, listening to the sound of the knobs, which are all high quality. On the factual side, hardly anyone can beat this all-new Audi A4, be it the sedan or the Avant. About the engine here, the 252 horsepower engine, we got it combined with the Quattro overdrive, which made sense with so much power just with the front wheels. We had that in other cars before, and it kind of never makes sense because you just got a lot of wheel spin then in the front. If you ask me, maybe go for a good price performance one. Pick the 190 horsepower version of this 2-liter TFSI, and then you can also easily just go for the front wheel drive, and that should be a good setup. There's also, you know, the smaller petrol engine available, but maybe that, you know, if you want to have a sporty driving experience, then you might really go for the 2-liter TFSI. By the way, if we go quite slow here now while driving, we feel that the steering wheel has a very good electronic assist. You know, I don't want this extremely stiff steering wheel just to say, oh, I got the most sporty steering wheel. When it's driving slow, I want a lot of support that I can, you know, steer very well in parking lots and so on. And when I go faster, then I want it to be stiffer. And that's the case here. And now to my conclusion of the all-new Audi A4 Avant. From the exterior, well, not so much had changed on the first sight. On the second look, you see a lot of new sharp design lines. However, the basic outlook stays rather conservative. And that might also be a reason to go, for example, for a Jaguar XE or Mercedes C-Class, especially in the AMG version, because they also, for me, carry more emotion in the design. However, if you then look at all the other facts, especially what's beneath everything here, from technology, this new platform, weight savings, only 1,300 kilograms of weight, and then also especially to the interior, how refined it is, the perfection in detail, there actually no one can beat this new Audi A4. So to me, this car really sets standards in the mid-size premium segment, and the same counts for the driving experience. It felt smaller and more agile than the car actually is because of the great suspension. It is mainly set on comfort, but at the same time with the direct steering and the perfect technology behind it, it was really also a lot of fun to drive, especially here with the big petrol engines. Well, you don't really need the biggest petrol engine there, so the 2-liter with 190 horsepower will also be just fine for you. Then about the pricing, here with the Avant, it's about 1,850 euros more expensive in Germany than the sedan version, but you get some more zero equipment with it, for example the electric tailgate. Overall price with the 1.4-liter TFSI is an entry price 32,500 euros in Germany, and that's almost the same region then as BMW or Mercedes or the Jaguar XE. Well, they are all in a close competition there. Only if you, for example, go to the Volkswagen Passat, there you save about 5,000 bucks here in Germany. That is still a lot cheaper. And then you think about, is it really that more actually with the Audi you get here? Well, you can argue about premium and not premium here, but one is sure, because the Passat has been updated from the interior, they had to do even more refinement in the interior, and I think they have really done that here. So I also want to hear your opinion here on the all-new Audi A4. Want to also hear your opinion on if you would go for the sedan or the Avant, the Estate or station wagon, or the German Kombi, as we would say, and also from all the other aspects. I really enjoyed doing this review together with you guys, and if you did so as well, then we'll see it at the next Autogefühl episode with Thomas. Thanks for watching. Take care.